My name is Alyssa Edwards, and this is a very special sharing secret, exposed secret.
Well, she's the beauty queen who was introduced to many of us on season 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race. She had us tongue popping in All Stars 2, and she is the dancing queen whose methods of teaching are beyond belief. Her name's Alyssa Edwards, and she's about to be exposed.
Can I please get that intro recorded and rendered to me? Because I need that to go everywhere I go.
Yes, I'll do it, and I'll send it straight to you, and you'll have it just for you.
Well, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. We are live here. I hope you got a good, clear picture. We are live here in my office/dressing room. This is where, if I'm having a rainy day, a slow day, I come right in here. I look around the room. I look at all of the things that have brought me so much joy. And if you turn around, you can see a shrine. I got the key to West Hollywood over there that the mayor had given me. I got my popcorn machine. I got my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette over there. I got my crowns from when I won the pageants. And this room makes me very happy. So welcome to my house.
Well, thank you for inviting me in, and you do these lovely bingos, which I was a part of 2 weeks ago, and I absolutely love them, that you're spending time in quarantine doing something, and you ended up doing like some of the money last time for the roundup.
Yes, so the bingo was, it was an idea, it was a group effort, that me, a lot of my friends, my agent, we all sat down and were like, what can we do to keep all of us connected, especially during this time of being quarantined and, very strange position the world is in right now, very. And, I think drag, it brought me so much light. That's what led me, that's what lit the path that I walked to my very first stage. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna do virtual bingo. And, every single week, we play this fun bingo game. There are people from all around the world. And, it seems like there's like 500 people every single time. And what's so cool is it's so many different types of people. There's families, shapes, sizes, colors, religious backgrounds, countries, continents. And it's just, it's such a fun time. It's an hour long and the meet and greet, I donate, to a specific LGBTQIA establishment.
That's so great. I love that you are able to take your time in quarantine and find a way to push your drag still out there and still get people to see you, because I enjoyed it when I did it. I'm doing it again tonight because I loved it. So I do want to ask you, Alyssa, when was the first time that you dawned on drag and you were like, you know what? I like Alyssa Milano, so my name's going to be Alyssa. When was that?
I'm going to give you the short version because, I love to talk about these stories. I love to reminisce. But at 19, 20 years old, I stumbled into the Rose Room, okay? And that's inside. It was the Village Station. Now it's the S4 here in Dallas, Texas. And I saw the people in line. I thought, what are they waiting in line for? What's up there? And I had one little gay friend at the time. And so we go up there and I'll never forget this. I will never forget this for as long as I live. And then in my afterlife, I will remind myself. I was shocked. I was appalled. I was confused. I was conflicted. I was concerned, but I was intrigued. I saw this entertainer up on stage, but what I remember the most, because that was very campy to me, I remember just giggling, but I remember looking around the room and seeing all the smiling faces and all the people clapping like, they were at an Elvis Presley concert. And I thought to myself, well, now that's kind of magical. That's almost like a superhero. Look at all of this, and what is all of this, and what in gay hell/heaven has happened. And fast forward, I said, I'm gonna have to go. So I started going every week. And believe it or not, I was actually a very shy, introverted young gay. So I know everyone's like, girl, that's a lie. I really was, because I was very unsure and uncertain. This is before I'm not gonna expose my age. You know, actually, no, I'm a very proud young lady, 40-year-old lady. The heart is forever young. I will be a big kid and a youthful soul forever. So thanks to all the, you know, all the good moisturizers and, you know, staying out of the sun, tanning beds and all of that. But I remember vividly going, I need to come back. I've got to do this every week. And I would get the hours of operation. I would always ask when I would be leaving, do they do these kind of events, you know, weekly? And they're just looking at me like, what the hell is this kid talking about? I had braces, young, you know, platinum blonde hair, swooped over to the side. And I thought, okay, so about like after the first month, I ran into this. I told you I was going to give you the short story, but it looks like I'm giving you the medium size. This poster, this flyer, and it said Open Stage Talent Night. All new queens, young queens, fresh talent, welcomed. I said, I'm entering. I want to enter. My friend said, you don't know how to do that. I said, I don't, but I'm a good student and I'm a fast learner. So sure enough, next Thursday night, I remember this. See, it was Thursday night, so it was amateur night, open stage. I go up in there, I turn in my little CD. There we go, talk about age and time. And like I said, this was before all of the social media. This was before watching virtual bingo and drag shows. None of that was probably even thought of. But, you know, I turned in my CD and the MC, she's like, what is your name? And I said, Justin. And she said, no, baby, what is your drag name? I said, well, I don't have one yet. She said, well, honey, you got about 2 minutes to give me one. And I didn't even think 2 seconds. I said, Alyssa. She said, who? I said, Alyssa. And she said, Alyssa. I said, yes, like Alyssa Milano. That lady started laughing. She said, of all the names you can be, you want to be a motherfucking Alyssa. I said, I looked, my eyes got real big and I said, yeah, I grew up watching Who's the Boss. And then that was it. And I got to tell you, I actually won that night. It was my audience response. And I've never felt more included. I've never felt more a part of something. And the rest is her story.
What was the song that you performed?
I think actually I probably didn't lip sync because I was doing my jazz number up there. And I can't tell you exactly what that song was, but I do know I didn't understand the idea of lip syncing the words. So I was just up there doing my jazz routine. And they were like, girl, you didn't really lip sync, but you was turning the party. I do remember I liked that song by Charlotte, and it was called Skin. You know,
yes.
That's the old school, okay? I probably did Paula Abdul, to tell you the truth, though. Like Vibology or something like that.
So you end up getting this praise. You're enjoying this moment. You end up taking that into the pageant world.
Yes.
Ooh, looking at your days doing pageants, what was that experience like for you?
You know, I grew up watching Miss Universe, Miss Texas, all of that on television. It was like a family night affair. And then when I realized that this could be something that I can do, I didn't think that would be possible. My very first pageant, fun fact, that I entered, Kennedy Davenport won. It was Miss Newcomer of the Year, and God rest her soul, Sahara Davenport was also in it. And I didn't win that night. I did like this, you know, ballet number, didn't lip sync. And they told me, you got to lip sync. And I said, well, my talent is the dance. I think that'd be distracting, okay? They said, no, Alyssa, we want you to lip sync. I said, I'll do it. And got runner-up, you know, that night, came back the next year and won. But the pageant experience for me really kind of, it molded me. It you know, I'm a competitive person. It's what It's what, you know, is in my blood. Okay, hello, I'm a competitive dance teacher. And the idea of competition, not so much with someone but with myself, because it pushes you, you know, to really, you know, rise above what you presented the time before. You know, not, I just want to say honestly, it challenges you.
Mm-hmm.
It is a challenge in every aspect. You know, whether it's you building a talent, creating an evening gown, there's like categories and subcategories and points, and it's kind of almost like getting ready for like a you know, a big test or an exam or something. A life, it's like almost getting ready for probably the bar. You know what all the future attorneys of the world end up taking.
So you take this competitive nature and you end up in 2013, you're on season 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, is it true that you were up for season 4?
Who told you all that? I feel like you was fact checking the girls, honey. I feel like you had did your homework. You said, before I get on the line with Alyssa Edwards in her personal home, I'm gonna be locked, loaded, and prepared. Well, fun fact, yes, I actually, I auditioned for season 4, and I got to the psych evaluation, got right down to the very end, and I'll never forget it. The lady says to me, Alyssa, I ran across an article on the internet. I said, the internet's the work of the devil. I don't know about that. And she said, well, it had your name in it. I said, they lied. It had your name in it. I said, honey, I purchased that name and I didn't give anybody permission to use it. She's a businesswoman. And the next thing I know, I got a call and they're like, you know, okay, we think you're a fabulous queen. We're gonna kind of, you know, you should audition again next year. And I thought, okay, that's fine, you know. Hey, you gotta put yourself out there, you gotta try, you win some, you lose some, and sometimes you just end in the middle on some. And on this one, I felt like, okay, I didn't really lose, I didn't win, so I'm right in the middle. Season 5 comes rolling around, and mind you, this is when Drag Race was on Logo. Another fun fact is I didn't have Logo. So in my house, embarrassing, I can't believe I'm admitting that to you, exposed. And I would get Logo just to watch Drag Race, and then I would cancel that package. She had stones to buy for her pageant dress, so don't judge. And I was on a budget, all right? And also, you know, in between pageants, you know, and shows, because I was really trying to get myself out there, and I was also trying to support shows and learn and follow in the footsteps of all the queens that, you know, came before me. And if I wasn't doing all of that, I was at the studio. And when I tell you, I spent my 20s and the 30s married to beyond belief. I mean, married. I mean, to the point where it was like, my friends would be like, girl, can we please go to dinner? Can you give the kids a break and let them go? And, you know, and then we got on America's Got Talent and all that. And, but yes, so I came back around season 5. I said, okay, well, I'll never forget Shangela called me. She said, Mother, you got to get your tape in for season 5. I said, well, when is that? She said, girl, they already announced the audition. Did you not see it? I said, I didn't know Drag Race was still on. And she's like, the commercial, the thing is running, it's out. People are, I said, oh, I had no idea. Alexis Mateo calls me. She said, girl, where's your tape? I said, oh, you know what? I think it's all right because they have my tape from last year. I ain't really changed. I'm the same one. So I thought they could just watch my tape from the season. The casting people called me, and I ain't even shitting you right now. They're like, Alyssa, can we please get a tape from you? I said, oh, baby, y'all got it last year. It's the same. It's the same. I think I won a pageant since then. I won another pageant, so add that to the resume. I'm good. Y'all got it? And they're like, okay. And then Shangela calls me back. Now, hold on. That's not how this works. Alyssa, you're going to have to audition every year. I said, well, what am I going to say that I didn't already say? So nonetheless, the tape was sent in. I got the call. But yes, I probably was, you know, considered for season 4.
Ooh, and you had a lot of memorable moments on there. You have a lot of gifs of yourself, a lot of memes of yourself everywhere. Do you have a favorite?
let me see what I would use to the people. In my group chats, we probably should, let me skim through my phone in my group chats. Let me see which meme I like. Oh, I know exactly what it is. I ain't got to look the back rolls.
Back rolls?
Because that's my way of saying to everybody, oh, really? Back rolls? It's the way I moved my head first. I know what I'm thinking. Like, now, I know. And who was over here that I was looking at? I don't know. I don't know. It made sense in my head. Can you believe this lady done sat over? Okay, y'all got me all messed up.
What did you think in that moment when Jade said that to you?
I was cracked. I said, okay, well, where's the lie? There's no lie. I was stuffed up in the outfit. Okay, let the truth be told. I said, you think you're clever, don't you, Miss Thing? You sitting over here spouting out all my business to all the people that's going to tune in and watch this. All my dance moms, my granny's going to watch this. And then you over here saying, I think that's what did it the most.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me and her were going back and forth. You know, it's like we were reading each other, gosh damn, the brakes off each other, okay? Going full blast, ready for the crash. And that was it. When she said, well, girl, you had back rolls. Now hold up, baby. Now hold up. And then the hair, when she said my hair was scraggly. I have too flat hair, that's scraggly. Oh, hell no. But you know what? Look, I was giving it right back. So that is an iconic, and I say iconic moment in Untucked because it was like, everybody was up in that gig. Everybody.
And that lived on its own. And then you had another iconic moment once you got on All Stars 2 of Shut Up and Drive. Did you expect it to be that big?
No, you never know. You never know. You never know. It's like, it's just rolling the dice. And All Stars 2 was very special to me because I learned so much about not only drag and the art of drag, but I learned so much about myself during the season 5 run. I gave a good go too. And when I left 6th place, after that Cold Hearted Snake lip sync to Coco, I was good. You can watch the tape back, rewind, and you watch me go over and hug her and we embrace, and it's like, girl, we did that. We did that. That's actually my favorite moment on Drag Race. You know, when you're standing there, the lip sync for your life, it's just like, there's something about that is like, it just, oh, girl, I gotta pull my breasts up. You're there, the lights go down, the spotlights come on, and Rue sits up. And she just looks at you and you're like, oh, bitch, this is it. I'm on the largest stage in the biggest stadium. And baby, I am Jennifer Lopez, Madonna, Gaga, Britney, every pop star that ever was and could have been and is gonna be. It feels like that kind of moment, all right? And I felt the energy. When it was over, I could tell. Me and her went in. We went all the way in. We really pulled up that night. And it was a special night. And once again, it was another one of those nights where if I was going to go home, I was going to make sure my heart was still beating up on that damn stage.
And one other thing, when you were on the VMAs with Miley Cyrus, did she steal you away from the set?
And she didn't have to steal me, though. I like that. She didn't have to steal me. She didn't come and kidnap me. Trust me. It was a dark day. It was something that I had already agreed to doing, and we talked about it before the show started because I met Miley, started working with her on this, and then it's like, okay, well, this is before there was an All Stars every single year. So if it would have been that case, I would have been like, oh, I'll set out. But I was like, I've got to make this work, and the network was like, okay, they told the production company, look, it's a dark day. Alyssa can go with a chaperone. I end up having to have 2 chaperones. I felt bizarre. I'm sitting there getting ready. One sitting over here, one sitting over here. And I was able to live that experience out. And oh my gosh, oh, just like I said, something else I'll never forget.
You have a lot of moments, and I think that that's a really cool thing about your personality. Always exudes. We saw it in Dancing Queen on Netflix. I literally love the show, and the fans want to know: is it coming back? What's happening?
The thing is, when you do a docu series, it's really not a reality show. It's not a competition series. So for me personally, I feel like Dancing Queen was a hallmark of my life. Um, it's like the Hollywood true story, okay? And even bigger than that. Also, I don't feel the need to rush something. If it don't fit, don't force it. Let it happen naturally. And I told Netflix, I told World of Wonder, I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of it. And I don't want to just dive into a concept. I'm okay. Look, no read, no shade, no tea, and all that. But the truth is, I'm not like Abby Lee. You know, she is great for television. I give her all the credit. Go on, Miss Abby, girl. We've hung out, kikied, all that. She's a TV personality. I'm a dance teacher, a choreographer. I have a very different relationship with my kids. These kids that are on Dancing Queen are kids that I've had since they were in, I had Willow when she was in pre-K. You know, when she received her presidential scholarship, $250,000 to the Boston Conservatory, I was standing right there with her. So I have a very different relationship. When you go into a series like this, you have to remind yourself that. You have to remind yourself that, Justin, you're more than just a TV act, okay? This is your safe space. You created this because you were a little boy once that needed a place to go to where you can express yourself and share your inner thoughts and inner feelings and find your voice. And it's very special to me. So, you know, I tread lightly with Beyond Belief. I don't feel like I need to just rush and throw something out there. And I know the fans, I'm so thankful and grateful that everybody not only appreciated it, but they celebrated it. And all the just, gosh, beautiful messages that I received beyond my wildest dreams and imaginations. And I want to take that with me. And do I see Dancing Queen coming back? Yes. But who knows? I think my book of life, it's already written. It's just now being read out loud. Ooh. And I'm enjoying this chapter.
Well, another part of that came in that time frame, you have this palette with Anastasia Beverly Hills. Alyssa, how did that feel? Like, that must have been one of the greatest feelings ever.
You know, when you walk into a Sephora, an Ulta, a Nordstrom, anywhere where they sell makeup, an Anastasia Beverly Hills, and you see a name that you created from scratch. Talk about a dream come true. And that's when I realized sometimes you have to lose to win. And girl, you won. You won. And you might not have won the crown, but you won the hearts of the people all around the world and crowned your damn self. And that's my message to my dance kids. And on All Star 2, that actually was my message to myself. I wrote myself a letter. And when I got off the plane and I walked through that door, I said a little silent prayer, dear Heavenly Father, be a lamp unto my feet and a light into my path. And I reminded myself, everything I teach, I now have to apply to myself. You know, so, you know, the ABH, Alyssa Edwards palette, just, I mean, if you, especially like if you read the names, it's my life. It's a whole story, you know. Makeup, it isn't created for gender. It's, for me, it was created to fulfill an emotion. And being in drag gave me the confidence, it gave me the courage, And it also, along with that, I provided a commitment to be the absolute very best, because what that supplied me, I had to give back. I feel like I'm in a speech.
Oh, but I love it. And my last question for you, Alyssa, is what is next for Alyssa Edwards?
Oh, life. During this quarantine time, I've really journaled a lot. I clicked the reset button in the refresh tab. I realized sometimes when you're going, project, studio, airplane, rewind, do it all again the next day. You forget to sit down and hold up a mirror like this right here. And you've got, what I learned is, Justin, you've got to take the time to talk to yourself, remind yourself, critique yourself, iron it out. Self-discovery is very important. And I learned over this quarantine break, I like to landscape. I was in my front yard, picking weeds, around the border of my house and all my neighbors. I live in a very family-oriented neighborhood, and it's actually really nice. They're walking their dogs and their families, 7:00, and they would all, hi, Mr. Johnson, how are you? It was really nice for me. And I laid in the hot bath, and I would say, today's a good day. And you did something productive. I reassured myself that where I'm at is where I'm supposed to be. And I set goals, short-term, long-term. And I put down, 3 days a week, I put down my work pad and pencil. And I said, today, self-love, self-care. I put on my headphones and I jog around the block. And I think what's next for me in this next chapter is really to continue on down my yellow brick road, which I feel is lit so vibrantly, and just keep being me, just keep being me and keep pushing out love and hope and inspiration and craziness with the wildness.
Well, we all love you, and thank you so much for exposing yourself with me, Alyssa. Where can everybody find you on the socials?
Y'all can all find me on Instagram at Alyssa Edwards _1, because someone stole Alyssa Edwards because I wasn't fast enough after season 5 to get my Instagram. Fun fact, Roxy Andrews made my Instagram because I didn't have one. And it was the first episode. She said, girl, you got to have an Instagram. No, it was after the Meet the Queens. I said, what's that? She said, an Instagram, Alyssa. It's where people are posting pictures. I said, girl, I don't got time for that. I got too many other things to be doing. I barely can handle Facebook. And then you can all follow me on Twitter, stay up to date, Facebook. And who knows, maybe I'll come popping out somewhere. I might pull up to another gig on television. And if I don't, well, baby, rewind, because it was a lot of fun.
Well, thank you so much, Alyssa, and thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Expose, a little mini expose with Alyssa Edwards. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up, and leave your comment on what you think was the best part of this interview. And also, while you're at it, look in the description, because there's a Patreon link. Help me keep putting out this content for you, because I love it, and I hope you guys love it. Until next time, I'm Joseph Shepard. Bye!
Always and forever, Alyssa Edwards. Thank you. Be safe out there, okay? And stay sane.